The fan has finally stepped out of the shadows. He's been studying Elias Voit. He's been studying the BAU, and now he's ready to prove he's better than both. But when this obsessed killer makes his move, he doesn't just target the BAU, he targets everything Voit ever touched, and the body count is about to skyrocket. Welcome back, everyone. Today we're breaking down Criminal Minds Season 19, Episode 8, titled Requiem for a Dream, which is set to air on July 9, 2026, on Paramount+. This is the episode where everything changes. The fan has been lurking in the background all season, a shadowy presence obsessed with eclipsing Elias Voit's notoriety. And in Episode 8, he finally makes his move. Let's get right into it. Before we dive into Episode 8, we need to talk about what just happened in Episode 7, because it sets the stage for everything. In the Furies, we finally learned the identity of the fan, and the casting is perfect. Justin Kirk plays Joshua Ryan, a man who presents himself as the cousin of one of Voight's victims. But Voight sees right through it. He notices the way Joshua moves his hands, the way he signals something without saying a word. Voight knows immediately that Joshua isn't just a grieving family member, he's the fan. What follows is a psychological chess match between two of the most dangerous minds in the Criminal Minds universe. Joshua confesses that after his cousin Dina disappeared, he became obsessed. He dove into the investigation. He studied unsolved crimes. He enrolled in night school, took classes in criminal justice, forensics, and sociology, and eventually earned his PhD in criminology. He didn't just want to understand killers. He wanted to become one. The scenes between Voit and the fan in Episode 7 are some of the most tense in the entire season. Voit, ever the manipulator, tries to get Joshua to trust him. He wants Joshua to reveal where he's keeping his souvenirs, the trophies every serial killer keeps. But Joshua is smarter than Voit expected. He's been studying Voit just as intently as Voit has been studying him. Voit brings up his famous poker theory that serial killers are the worst poker players because they can't bluff under pressure. They always have a tell. They can't accept that they don't hold all the cards. Joshua twists that theory right back at Voit. He points out that there's no such thing as a perfect crime. Every killer eventually has to tell someone what they've done. And then Joshua drops the bombshell. He tells Voit to call him God. This is the fan declaring that he's no longer a student. He's surpassed the master. He's the one in control now. The third meeting between Voit and the fan is where everything flips. Joshua reveals that he's been resisting his urges since childhood, until Dina vanished. He was jealous that someone else did what he had fantasized about. So he began studying real killers and stalking real victims, breaking into homes and standing over sleeping women. Voit tries to dismiss him, telling him he needs to stop being a reflection of his idol and become his own man. But Joshua has one last card to play. He shows Voit a photo that visibly startles him. Joshua remarks that he's a better poker player than Voit thought, and that he does hold all the cards. The question is, what was in that photo? Was it Voigt's family? His hidden secrets? Something that gives the fan leverage over the most dangerous killer the BAU has ever faced. Whatever it is, it changes the dynamic completely. Now we arrive at Episode 8. The title, Requiem for a Dream, suggests something dark and final. A requiem is a mass for the dead, a funeral rite. So whose funeral are we attending? The fan has been precise, calculating, and relentlessly dangerous throughout the season. He pushes the BAU to the brink and back under the shadow of Elias Voit. But the question is, how far will he go to prove his superiority over his idol? In Episode 8, we're going to see the fan escalate. He's not just studying killers anymore, he's becoming one. And he's targeting the BAU directly. The BAU has faced copycats before. They've faced killers who idolized other killers. But the fan is different. He's not just mimicking Voit, he's trying to surpass him. He studied the BAU just as intensely as he's studied Voit. He knows their techniques, he knows their weaknesses, he knows how they think, and he's using that knowledge against them. This is the nightmare scenario for the BAU. They're not just hunting a killer. They're being hunted by someone who knows their playbook better than they do. The team is going to have to dig deep. They're going to have to outthink someone who has been preparing for this moment for years. Episode 7 also dealt with the fallout from Garcia's confession. She testified in a closed-door hearing that Voigt's traumatic brain injury changed him, and that testimony is the reason Voit got life in prison instead of the death penalty. Rossi is furious. He argues that Garcia's testimony denied the families of Voigt's victims the justice they deserved, but Garcia sees it differently. She points out Rossi's own history, how he shot and killed Donnie Malik, the man who murdered his old partner Gideon. Rossi insists it was self-defense, but Garcia argues that he made a choice to end a life instead of letting the justice system work. This conflict isn't just about Voit. It's about what justice really means. Is it about punishment, closure, or is it about something more complicated? Episode 8 is going to force the BAU to confront these questions head on. Showrunner Erica Messer has been clear about what season 19 is all about. After the Voight network was dissolved, the team needed a new challenge, and they found it in copycats. There are fans of those killers who want to go out and emulate them, and we've never really done that for more than maybe an episode before, Messer explained. The fan is that copycat, but he's more than that. He's a super fan. He's someone who has studied Voight so intensely that he's become something even more dangerous. And now that Voight is a household name, the media attention has only fueled the fans' obsession. Meanwhile, Voight is on his own journey. He's been portrayed as seeking atonement for his past. But is he really trying to change? Or is he still manipulating everyone around him? Messer has described Voight as living this life of darkness and trying to be a good guy and be married with kids. But the darkness ultimately drove him. Now he's famous in a way he never wanted to be. He'd rather have rotted away with nobody ever knowing who he was. But the true crime podcast about him changed all that. The question is, will Voight use the fan as a way to protect his family? Or will he see the fan as a threat to be eliminated? Requiem for a Dream is shaping up to be one of the most intense episodes of the season. The fan has revealed himself. He's proven he can outmaneuver even Voight, and now he's setting his sights on the BAU. The team is going to have to work together like never before, despite their personal conflicts, their guilt, and their anger. Garcia and Rossi will have to find common ground. Prentice will have to lead, and Voight will have to decide where his loyalties truly lie. This is the Criminal Minds we love. Dark, complicated, and always surprising. What do you think will happen next? What was in the photo that shook Voight? Will the fan target the BAU directly, and can Garcia and Rossi repair their fractured relationship? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more updates.